So I get this scenario, okay. So patient is in. While asking the questions, ask if you're taking any medication. And the patient, no, ask rather you have you're supposed to ask of the past medical history. Find out if the patient has any other existing medical condition. Yeah. So you ask him, yeah, maybe also. Like, oh, Debbie. Then you get to the drug history and like, oh, I'm not eating any Benju. You see? So these are antihypertensives. I'm just giving an example. Antihypertensive patients tell you don't have any medical condition, but they are taking medications to treat hypertension. Means most likely they have hypertension. But well, this is for us to know, okay, and then be able to address. For some people, you may get to know that they are hypertensive, not from the fact that they know that they're hypertensive, but from the medications they are taking. And some people, hypertension is BP. For other people, it's Mojambroso. For other people, it's I'm taking Benjo. I'm Amlodipine. You would have to figure these out. Same as diabetes. Diabetes can be a CHRE, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And you have to take
and
that.
Then some of them as well might not know the name of the medications they are taking. So they'll describe the tablets they are taking. If it's pink, if it's
pink is a really their favorite color. Everybody now, oh, me fa, yeah, shemu pink no, it's one. But you don't realize that there are a lot of pink medications.
Exactly.
Yeah, share box white.
Some of them will tell you, oh, it's Fedrona Mefano. I'll say me boom. I'll have to break it before taking it to tell you the dosing they are doing and all. These are some of the ways to decode them. In case you know the medications they are taking, you can tell.
You can pick it
from
up.
The description.
Yeah, you can pick it up from the description.
And from what you said, you know, some of these people. So let's say a typical patient who has hypertension might present with a complication of the hypertension. So let's say just chest pain. And the patient might not know that this is what I have that is probably causing the chest pain. Doctor, and then just as you said, when you probe further, that is when you know that, oh,
there's an existing medical.
You have these medications you are taking, so this is the condition you have, and so it's likely that you have this from this condition.
Yeah, that's true. Another good point is patients, you know, they are patients, okay? So you should be patient with them, and then they may not be able to link some medical conditions together. So they come and see you for this problem they're having. Meanwhile, they've been diagnosed in another hospital, let's say Kolebu, for a certain condition, but they don't tell you because they don't feel it's related. But then again, all you need to know is that this thing they are having is a complication of what they are being treated for in another hospital. But yeah, you'd have to deal with that and find out. So for some of them, you wouldn't just ask what conditions do you have. You'd ask, do you attend clinic at another hospital, and you get to know that, oh, okay, if not, they can be watching you and then you trying to figure out what's going on. And it helps to decode the Ghanaian patient.
Definitely helps us.
And then again, you visit the hospital, okay? The sign of a good doctor is not the one who leaves you with medication. It's not the one who gives you, ends every visit with a medication. So when you come and see us and we don't give you any medication, don't frown and be like, into mommy Drew. Doctor, you don't always have to get medications, okay? I feel sometimes that's what like when a doctor gives you medication, doctor, let me call your mom, you drew for my condition. You don't always need medications, and be fine, try to understand. We would always counsel and educate you that you don't need to take medications for some complaints.
Some will even tell you, hey, into doctor, into mama kosa. Of course, you have to leave because what you have doesn't demand a medication.
So we'll try and explain to you how often, but sometimes it just doesn't sit right with them. And
so to our colleagues as well, try to counsel the patients very well. If you encounter someone who does not need medication, just make them understand that at the end of the day, getting these medications into your system is also another issue on its own. So if you don't need it, you don't need it.
All medications have side effects. Okay, and like you said to our colleagues, don't be pushed to give a medication to a patient just because they want you to write something for them, and then they'll be happy.
So there's another interesting scenario I'd like to put across. There's this patient I encountered who came in with distended abdomen.
Okay.
And then had swollen feet.
Okay.
The eyes were yellow.
Okay.
So when I was taking my history, asking questions, I asked when the patient noticed these signs on the body. And the patient said, oh, where they started on Nancy and 5 days here.
Yeah.
So I had to explain how processes will take place for the patient to get to this state before the patient finally opened up
and admitted that.
I admitted that, oh, I shall me watch it. Yes. So to you people out there, try as much as possible to be honest with the physician, so that the physician will help you in the best way he or she can. If not, you put us at a tight corner.
Sometimes
we don't know what we could do give you,
and we can pick. We can pick that this has gone on for a while,
for a long time.
If at presentation you tell us, oh, it just started 2 days ago, you don't want to start your your whole encounter with the doctor on a note of dishonesty. Okay, you want it to flow. So just be honest. Tell us, I've had this swelling, I've had this mass for a year, 2 years counting, and I've not really gone to the hospital for it. Be honest with us, and then we are not judgmental. You get it?
At all.
We go vibe, and we will manage the case. Like, oh, one interesting. No, we just give interesting vibes anyway, and then educating ourselves. So I had this. I was working at the emergency room, emergency setting, on duty, and then I had this mother bring her daughter, let's say 5-year-old daughter, and the complaint was she had an episode of blood coming out of her right ear, right, and then the mother doesn't know what happened. Okay, she just saw this blood coming. It has ceased anyway, but then she brought this issue, and then she said she's been trying to question her daughter to find out if anything happened, but the daughter is denying, it's in the negative, saying nothing really happened. So I figured out, the way the daughter is all defensive, she's a small girl, she's all defensive and all that. Let me try and use a defense approach. So I went down to her level. She was sitting there, quiet, not minding anyone, no strangers all over. I was like, hi, how are you? So the color of the thing you put in the ear, is it white? And she said yes. Okay, so I didn't go ahead to ask her, did you put something in your ear? That is a bit, you get it. So she would deny that. I asked her, what's the color of the thing? No, was the color of the thing you put in your ear white? She said yes. I was like, was it round? She said yes. I was actually describing the earbud, cotton bud. She said yes. Like, okay, so when you put it in your ear, did it come out? She said yes. And where did you put it? She said, I threw it away. I was like, okay. And her mother was around. So I just had this discussion with her. I was able to realize that she actually tried to, pick her ears, and then she accidentally poked and hurt herself. But she knew her mother may, discipline her, so she decided to hide it. So you need to decode, find out ways of extracting important information from your patients.
There's an interesting way of actually decoding the patient.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Just going straight at the patient, just for him or her to tell the truth. It's really interesting.
Okay, so very, very important information. Okay, very, very important is when you get hurt. Okay, involved in an accident, whatever leads to you sustaining a fracture, broken bone. Okay, whether it's been confirmed by an X-ray in a hospital or not, please make sure a doctor sees it and a doctor attends to you. Do not, I realize a lot of people end up in these centers. They are all over. So I realize there are a lot of centers or people around in the neighborhood who are saying, bruh, namin so they are rubbing a lot of things and doing all sorts of things based on their own discretion. Come to the hospital. Yes, come to the hospital. They get a lot of complications and they come, and later on, sometimes we can't even salvage the limb or whatever parts of your body is involved. So come to the hospital for any fracture. Do not go for massage, okay, or for someone else, someone somewhere. I don't want to mention names, okay, but there are lots going on in your hood. So they are there,
and then the bones are not fused together properly.
There's non-union, malunion, delayed union, a whole lot of complications happening. So make sure a doctor handles your fracture.
Some even come with necrotic.
All sorts of.
So it's more like the limb is dead.
It's dead. They've lost it.
They've lost it.
We've seen it. Cases happening to young children where they've lost their limbs because you didn't go to the hospital the moment something happened. So just do that. Okay.
So this is the end of our episode. Share, like, and subscribe if you haven't. Catch you on our next episode.